Welcome to the final boss level of microeconomics chapter 2. Today we're testing your deep mastery. 20 questions, high stakes. Let's see if you can earn the master title. 1. Which of the following best describes derived demand? A. Demand for a luxury good that depends on social status. B. Demand for a good that is a direct substitute for another. C. Demand for an input, like farm labor, which depends on the demand for the final crop. D. Demand that only exists when the price of a good is zero. Answer. C. Factors of production, land, labor, capital, don't provide utility on their own. We only demand them because they help produce the final goods like bread or coffee that consumers actually want. 2. In the case of status symbols, Veblen goods, the demand curve may A. Be perfectly horizontal, B. Slope upward to the right, contradicting the law of demand. C. Shift left whenever the price increases, D. Disappear entirely at high prices. Answer. B. For luxury jewelry or prestige cars. A higher price can increase the status value. Consumers may demand more as the price rises because the high cost itself is the attraction. 3. If good A is an inferior good, an increase in consumer income will cause A. A movement downward along the demand curve, B. A shift of the demand curve to the right, C. A shift of the demand curve to the left, D. The price of the good to automatically rise. Answer. C. By definition, demand for inferior goods like cheap margarine or shiro wet moves inversely with income. As people get richer, they abandon these goods for higher quality alternatives. 4. If the cross-price elasticity between two goods is minus 2.5, the goods are A. Weak substitutes, B. Strong substitutes, C. Weak complements, D. Strong complements. Answer. D. A negative sign indicates they are complements used together. A high absolute value, 2.5, means they are very sensitive to each other's price changes, like printers and ink. 5. If a firm increases its price and its total revenue, TR, remains unchanged, the demand is A. Perfectly elastic, B. Perfectly inelastic, C. Unitary elastic, EP equals 1, D. Highly inelastic. Answer. C. With unitary elasticity. The percentage increase in price is exactly offset by the percentage decrease in quantity demanded, leaving total expenditure, or revenue, the same. 6. When demand increases and supply decreases simultaneously, what is the certain outcome? A. Equilibrium price will definitely rise. B. Equilibrium quantity will definitely rise. C. Equilibrium price will definitely fall. D. Equilibrium quantity will definitely fall. Answer. A more people wanting a good demand up, combined with fewer goods available, supply down, creates massive upward pressure on the price. The effect on quantity is indeterminate because it depends on which shift was larger. 7. An income elasticity of demand of 0.5 suggests the good is A. An inferior good, B. A necessity, C. A luxury good, D. A Giffen good. Good answer. B. If $0 and LT, M and LT, $1 the good is a necessity. You buy more as you get richer, but the increase is less than proportional to your income growth, e.g. basic food or water. 8. Market supply is the horizontal summation of individual supply curves. If firm A starts supplying at price 5 and firm B starts at price 10, the market supply curve will A. Be a straight line from 0, B. Coincide only with firm A's curve until the price reaches 10C. B. The vertical sum of the two curves, D. Start only at price 10. Answer. B. Below price 10. Firm B offers 0 units. Therefore, the total market quantity is simply whatever firm A is willing to supply alone. 9. Which factor would make the supply of wheat more elastic? A. A very short time period, B. The ability to easily store large amounts of wheat in warehouses, C. High costs of switching land to other crops. D. A shortage of specialized harvesting machinery. And answer. B. If a producer can store spare capacity or stock, they can react quickly to price rises by releasing that stock to the market, making supply more elastic. 10. If the price elasticity of demand is 0.2, the best strategy to increase revenue is A. Increase the price. B. Decrease the price. C. Keep the price constant. D. Stop production. Answer. When demand is inelastic, EP and LT, $1, consumers are not very sensitive. Raising the price will lead to only a small drop in quantity, so the price effect outweighs the quantity effect and revenue rises. 11. A Giffen good is a special type of inferior good where A. The substitution effect is stronger than the income effect. B. The negative income effect is stronger than the substitution effect. C. Demand decreases as price rises. D. Consumers only buy it if it is expensive. Answer. B. When the price of a Giffen good rises, the income effect, feeling poorer, forces the consumer to buy more of the cheap essential and less of better foods, overriding the natural urge to substitute it. 12. If the government provides a subsidy to a producer, how is this shown graphically? A. An upward movement along the supply curve. B. A leftward shift of the supply curve. C. A rightward downward shift of the supply curve. D. A rightward shift of the demand curve. Answer. C. A subsidy reduces the per unit cost of production. This allows firms to offer more for sale at every price, shifting the supply curve rightward. 13. Joint supply refers to a situation where A. Two different goods are used together by consumers. B. The production of one good automatically produces another, e.g. beef and hides. C. Many firms supply the same product. D. The government and private sector both supply a good. Answer. B. In joint supply. You cannot produce the primary product without getting the byproduct. If the price of beef rises, the supply of leather hides will also rise automatically. 14. Composite demand occurs when a single good A. is demanded by both rich and poor consumers. B. is used only with its complement. C. has multiple alternative uses, e.g. steel for cars or buildings. D. is produced by many different firms. Answer. C. If a resource like land or steel can be used for many different things, the total demand is the composite of all those individual sector demands. 15. If the price elasticity of supply is infinite, the supply curve is A. perfectly horizontal. B. perfectly vertical. C. upward sloping at 45 degrees. D. downward sloping. Answer. A infinite elasticity means producers are willing to supply any quantity at a specific price, but 0 units if the price falls even slightly. 16. Which of these will not shift the supply curve of good X? A. a change in the technology used to make good X. B. a change in the price of the inputs for good X. C. a change in the price of good X. D. a change in the number of sellers of good X. Answer. C. A change in the own price of the good causes a movement along the curve, change in quantity supplied, not a shift of the curve itself. 17. Engel's law related to income elasticity suggests that as income rises, A. total spending on food decreases. B. the percentage of income spent on food decreases. C. demand for all goods becomes inelastic. D. consumers stop buying luxuries. And answer. B. even if you spend more total money on food as you get richer, it usually makes up a smaller and smaller fraction of your total budget. 18. If consumers expect the price of a good to fall next week, current market conditions will show an increase in current demand. B. a decrease in current demand. C. a decrease in current supply. D. No change in current behavior. Answer. B. Rational buyers will postpone their purchases to take advantage of the expected lower price, shifting today's demand curve to the left. 19. Point elasticity is a better measure than arc elasticity when A. The price change is very large. B. The price change is infinitesimally small at a specific point. C. Data is only available in a table. D. The demand curve is a horizontal line. Answer. B. Arc elasticity, midpoint, is used for segments of a curve, while point elasticity uses calculus to find the exact responsiveness at one single coordinate 20. In a market economy, the fundamental what to produce question is answered by A. Government planners. B. Tradition and custom. C. Consumers voting with their money. Demand. D. The lowest cost. Producers only answer. C. In a market system, the interaction of demand and supply signals what is valued. When consumers desire more of something, the price rises, signaling firms to produce it. Master level complete. If you scored 17 or higher, you truly understand the complex mechanics of the market. This concludes our three-part series on the theory of demand and supply. Ready for the next chapter on consumer behavior and utility. Make sure you've hit that like button and subscribed so you don't miss the next level of the microeconomics challenge. See you in the next one.